To the chicos and the chicas, welcome back to the channel. Today I am delivering you brilliance at a stratospheric level, at least according to chess.com. What happened was that the other day I was playing a couple of blitz games against American Grandmaster Alex Goldin, and upon checking one of the games that I played, it turned out that I managed to play 3 brilliant moves, and not only did I play 3 brilliant moves in the one game, but actually they were back-to-back 3 brilliancies, which is something I have never seen before, so I thought I would share it with my beloved audience. I need to put it out there though before I get into the game that having gone through the game with the engine on a different platform, this one, I had to admit the fact that I don't understand how these brilliancies are handed out because yeah, let's just say that there were other options available there that would have been equally good, but let's not get ahead of ourselves and instead have a look at the game because it was actually quite fun in some ways. The most notable one, without wanting to sound obnoxious or full of myself, is the fact that it was surprisingly easy, this game, and the reason for that, I believe, was the fact that my opponent chose this opening, which is known as the weight defense, I believe, but I found other references too. I would just refer to it as don't do this if you know what's good for your opening. And of course, after e4, knight f6, knight c3, this is something known to theory, but has a very, very poor reputation, and for a good reason too. And luckily, I even remembered that the right idea here for white is to play for a quick h3, g4, and then put the queen on e2, and that's exactly what I did in the game. So Goldin played e6, I went h3, bishop h5, g4, bishop g6, and queen e2. I really like this idea with queen e2. The concept is twofold at least. One of them is that after a bishop move, we can immediately castle queenside, adding yet another layer of imbalance to the position, but also note that we have got some very filthy early h4, h5, h4, g5 plans, and often the bishop will actually become very useful on h3. My opponent played here knight fd7, already a sign of confusion and also a sign of how terribly chess games can go when you play unprincipled chess. So that is going backwards, and that is playing a move with an already developed piece. It doesn't matter what your chess title is, whether you are a grandmaster or a complete beginner who started the game yesterday. This move is not gonna ever be good, and the punishment is the same. So you have to remember you are playing the position, not the opponent. And so I carried out the stock standard plan. h4, h5 was played, g5 was played, knight a6 was played. That was another shock to me. I didn't expect that move at all. More often than not, black tries here something like c6, d5, try to build some kind of a Caro-Kann-ish position, but no matter what black does here, it's so utterly passive and planless, there is no way that it can ever turn out to be good. But after knight a6, I thought that, boy, if I lose this, I will be super duper upset. And luckily, the opposite happened. We actually managed to convert without too many dramas. So I played bishop e3. The plan was simply to castle, but I must add that d5 was much better, and I missed this d5 move on multiple occasions. The idea being that you want to crack the e file open, and after bishop e7, knight d4, followed by bishop h3, the f5 square is ours, and rook e8 is no worries whatsoever, because we have got bishop e3 followed by castles queenside, and white has got an absolutely sensational position here. f4, f5 is also going to hurt black really big time. So yeah, this d5 idea, and I was aware of this, but somehow I just thought that I would wait first and develop. The move is not bad, it's just inaccurate. So yeah, opponent plays c5. That surprised me too, because now my thinking was that if they take, we are going to transpose into a Sicilian where all my pieces are on optimal Sicilian squares and none of his are. Like, let's say take. This knight is not meant to be here, but okay, you can argue that on c5 it's okay. This knight is okay-ish, but the bishop here and the fact that I can go f4, f5 just makes it entirely unplayable. Goldin played queen a5 first, I played king b1. It was unnecessary. Here there was a bit of an unusual move to take advantage of this queen sortie, which was knight d2. I will be honest with you, I did not look at this move at all. But in hindsight, given that knight c4 followed by knight b5 is going to completely rip them apart on d6, yeah, this should have occurred to me. Instead, I just played the stock standard b1, king b1 move to cover the a2 and get ready for the action. cd, knight d transitioning to the previously mentioned Sicilian story. Knight c5, hitting e4 pawn, bishop g2. And really and well and truly, this was the point in the game when I pretty much said to myself, this is over, man. You just won. Because there's simply no way to stop f4, f5. So at this point, I concluded that unless I got disconnected from the internet or I lost on time, this is going to be all over Red Rover. Actually, the latter nearly happened. a6 was played, f4 was played, e5 was played. Had to be, because now after f5, there's just nothing left to play for. So e5, knight f5. Now d6 is falling apart. The whole position is just really, really unpleasant for black to be in. +7 for those who really like the stock fishy numbers. And this was a very curious position because here I did a miscalculation. I did not take on d6, which I thought was very clever because I didn't like the look of takes, and then knight e6, hitting my bishop and then my queen. And it looks like if I have moved my bishop, then they can castle, and then this looks like they got off the hook a little bit. But I entirely overlooked the fact that after rook d5, knight f4, I actually win a piece here because e2 is protected. And yeah, this is... well, actually, hang on. I do not win a piece. It's... wait. Yeah, I do... sorry. Rook e5 and then knight e2. And I do win a piece. So yeah, I overlooked this twice now. Once in the game and now. So yeah, I missed that. But I stopped at knight f4 thinking that, okay, knight f4 and... sorry, knight e6 hitting knight f4. I just noticed that everything was in a knight move distance. And I just went like, nah, not doing this. And I played rook d5, which was quite good, but not as good as. Queen c7, rook d1. The simple chess is still the best, bringing all the boys to the party. And now black is really, really well and truly stuck because bishop e7 can't really be played. It was played, but yeah, g7 is hanging, d6 is hanging. But when bishop e7 was played, I thought to myself that, again, if I take like this, then after takes, what was I thinking here? Not a lot, apparently. Yeah, this is completely winning. So, yeah, this is very odd because this is where my brilliance comes, by the way. So, if you would like to stop the video now and figure out my first brilliant move, then be my guest. I'm going to give you a hint, though, because I want to be fair to you. Knight g7 is a no-brainer move and the best by far. And it is not the brilliant move that was played. So yeah, pause the video if you want to figure out. If not, I'm going to tell you now that I played rook takes d6, which according to the engine's measure is not even in the top 2 best moves. The reason why I chose this one was because I overlooked the fact that after takes, rook takes, there is no good way to cover the knight. But I also really like the fact that I denied castling by hanging e5. And I also really like the fact that after bishop d6, I had a check and then picking up e5. And last but not least, and this is how I managed to pile up the brilliances on top of each other, and this is your chance to shine now. You need to figure out, in case you haven't done so yet, what to do against bishop d6. Bishop takes f5, excuse me. And now you need to figure out the remaining brilliancies, which is 2 back-to-back, in order to win the game. So what were the remaining moves is the question. You can pause the video or you can follow my thinking. I thought, okay, I'm gonna take f5, and when bishop takes d6, I'm going to take on d6 with the rook again, sacking a second exchange. And this made me really, really happy and impressed with myself. It's a very nice tactic, and to defeat a GM like that always feels very good. The triumphant idea is that after queen takes d6, bishop e5, the queen actually has nowhere to go where I can't check it down or take it directly. An example line is queen d8, bishop f6, double check, discovered check, winning the queen. If instead the queen goes to e7, I can just kick it with knight d5, and again, there are no good squares available for the queen. If the queen goes to d7, now I have got check here. And this is a very, very, very nice way to win the lady again. So that was another way to win. In the end, Goldin decided to just go like, no, stuff it, at least I get to castle. And I took on e5, and once again, according to the engine we are plus 8.5 here. But by now, I think I was down to about 20 seconds or so versus his at least double of that. So I felt like I was choking here, but I actually checked with the engine, and the vast majority of my moves were on point. Here I was reluctant to take this because I was worried about rook e5. And I still don't know how that works. Rook e5, queen g2, g6 wins. Yeah, this is not the type of stuff you do when you have got 20 seconds left on the clock. So I'm glad I didn't do this. So I played b4, kicking the knight out, trading it off instead, in fact, and playing c3, just securing everything. I just wanted to make sure that nothing was hanging before I went in for the kill with g6, and that's pretty much what's coming next move. Queen b6 and bishop d4 and g6. So I managed to defend everything very nicely. Back rank check is irrelevant. I get out, and yeah, after a couple of more moves, he resigned. So yeah, the back-to-back free brilliancies started here, and they were actually everything but brilliant. In this position, knight g7 was a clear win, and knight takes d6, bishop takes d6, rook takes d6 was a clear win too. I'm going to give you the numerals. Knight g7 is 9.3. Knight d6 is 8.7. And the brilliant rook takes d6 is 7.9. So yeah, there you go. That's the brilliancy there. Now, to be fair though, after bishop f5, ef5 is best, and after bishop d6, rook d6 is best, and these two moves are by far the best. So I suppose the second and the third brilliancy was somewhat deserved. The first one most definitely not. What really stands out to me, once again, having gone through the game for the third or fourth time now, about this game is the ease with which White converted this into a win. And I'm once again not bragging here, I'm just telling you that shady openings like what he did here with Black, allowing me all the initiative, all the attack, and all the easy play, just makes it too easy, man. This is why we really need to focus on playing sound and fundamentally sound good openings. And of course, I'm not saying the Goldin is a bad player. This is not his opening repertoire. He played a lot of proper Sicilians and other openings as well. This was just an odd choice that backfired on him. And yeah, allowed us two marvelous, brilliant moves. Ladies and gents, that's gonna be it for now. Next video, I'm going to come at you with a really, really cool video covering a really common mistake committed by a huge amount of club level players, so stay tuned for that one. But before you do that, please make sure that you comment on this one, you like it, you once again comment, you sub, you like, you super like even, and yeah, I'm going to see you soon in the next one. Thanks for watching.